Morning, everybody. Good morning on a hectic day in Lagos. This is the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. Right. Today is the first day of the week, so this is the first edition. As usual, tomorrow there'll be Dear Bumi. There'll be Dear Bumi tomorrow at 9 o'clock. But today, because of the situation we found ourselves in this morning, at 5 o'clock, I had to put a call through to my very good friend, James Ajaro. James Ajaro is one of the most renowned automobile engineers we have, though I prefer to call him a mechanic. And I'm sure he wouldn't mind. So I put a call through to him. Why did I do that? When I got to know that this fuel scarcity has to do with some bad fuel that was purportedly brought in and being dispensed in certain stations, I then decided that let me get somebody who will educate car owners. Those who are not get no need for bad belly, the Lord will provide. Do I hear an amen? Amen. Good. Okay. To ask ourselves, what do we do in this kind of situation? There was a time, if you remember, there was a time we had a situation of bad fuel, of a smelly fuel, and there was a time we had a situation of bad fuel that was messing up injectors of vehicles. By the way, I hope you keep your car in a serviceable condition. Because I, as a rule, in fact, there was a joke. Somebody close to me once said that I spend more time and pay more attention to my vehicle than I do to my body, forgetting that the vehicle, my own body, is a vehicle that carries me everywhere. And I laughed over that. Because the last thing you want is for your vehicle to embarrass you. And I think the last thing anybody would ever contemplate is having a knocked engine at this point in time. So I decided to put a call through to James, and he said that he would oblige us. I saved him the wahala of having to come to the studio. We'll be talking to him over the phone. By the way, I also need to, from my observations and little inquiries, I got to know that this phenomenon is not statewide. It is not statewide. In between that also are the NATO drivers. They're also threatening. I think that I'm beginning to see that good old conspiracy that we had in the past. Governments always do that when they want to increase the price of fuel. Then all kinds of things will happen. Then you're going to have scarcity. Then people start begging, give us the fuel at any price, because by that time you'd have gotten used to the black market price. Same old story, same old song. I can't imagine this. I've been through this. What a life I have gone through. I've been through this since I partially owned my first car when I was 16 going to 17. That's my mother's car that I was hopping around town with, but it wasn't my job to fuel it. But I had my very first car, my very first car in 1980. I remember my Beetle, that good old green Beetle. The sound system I put in the car was bigger than the kites. I'm still like that though. If you take a ride in my car, the sound system I put in the car way back then was bigger. The speakers bigger than. Okay, so I'll put a call through. Is he on the line? Okay. Morning, James. How are you?
Morning, Uncle Jimmy. I'm fine, sir.
And so all the Jagbadances where they talk for your hair, you they hear themselves.
Yeah.
Okay, James. Thank you very much. Now you know that without saying, nobody say I won't grease you, but you're probably the most articulate and whatever automobile engineer that I know.
You have a lot of people. I'm just trying.
And don't try and be humble. Make I talk my own. You said that I know. Okay. So, what is going on now, James? Can you tell me?
On what? The fuel issue?
The fuel issue, yes.
Okay. It's a little bit confusing because I went somewhere yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And on my way back from Ikeja, I just noticed people were getting into different gas stations with long queues. Before I got the call that it's as if fuel
Yes.
is going to be scarce. So I got home and I bought. There's a new gas station not too far from my house.
Mm-hmm.
I buy there because I trust them. Yeah, because when we have this fuel issue,
Yes.
you have people adulterating for even gas stations, they do it.
Really?
And for me, because of the car I drive, the VA, my Jaguar,
Yes.
if my fuel is below standard, it becomes a problem for me.
Ah.
Because my engine begins to pink. If I'm driving, you are hearing a very cranky sound.
Yes.
Not that the engine is bad, it's just because burning the fuel is difficult for the car. So combustion becomes a problem. So my drive is zero.
Wow. We better put the call through to Osa. Instead of get Jaguar.
That's the thing. So it becomes.
So what you're saying is that high-end vehicles are at great risk.
Yes.
Do you have a sense of what is actually bad with this fuel that they are talking about?
No.
But do you have an idea what it could be?
Okay. What I just noticed that should be last week.
Yes.
I brought in an engine for somebody.
Yes.
So no, they came to pick it, and in the process, I needed to take out some part that was not part of the engine I was going to give him. So in the process of taking out the injectors, a little bit of fuel spilled on the floor.
Yes.
And the guy was like, "Come on, is this not fuel?" I said, "Yes," but we're comfortable. It wasn't smelling. It wasn't choking us.
Okay.
By the time we're done, I decided to get fuel from a keg to clean up stains of engine oil. And believe me, we all left there. The smell was horrible. That's our own fuel now. It was horrible. I had to burn candle in my house. This is where I poured outside the house. So for me, I don't even understand what is going on. I don't know what they're missing to that fuel, but it is terrible.
Okay, but from experience, the cars that are brought to you, are injector problems one of the major problems that you have in cars in Nigeria today?
Yes.
Wow.
But why we get away with it because we don't have emission standard. If we have emission standard, a lot of cars will not be on the road because like in the US, some states you need to go for emission tests. Some are once in a year, some are twice in a year. And if you fail that emission, your car is not supposed to be on the road. It's supposed to be parked until you rectify whatever the problem is.
But apart from emission problems, what are other problems associated with bad fuel? I can jolly well imagine your injectors. Yes.
Fuel pump.
Fuel pump.
Fuel pump will do. Fuel pump will go bad. And for bigger engines,
so you're listening.
If your combustion is not properly burnt, you're not burning the fuel the way you should burn because it's between you're burning fuel, you're mixing it with air. And if the fuel is not burning, most of the time you can lose a piston can crack.
Wow.
Because you just have excessive fluid on your combustion chambers. There's just excessive fluid that is not burning.
Tell me, those who ride these high-end vehicles, Rolls-Royce, Maybach, all these very high-end vehicles, does the fuel compromise anything in the vehicles at some point?
It's the same, yeah, mostly their engine. But you see, funny enough, a lot of us, like I always say, we buy cars just because of status, not because we want to drive the car and understand the kind of car we are driving. Even though some of us don't have the cars we have. That's the thing. So they have the money. If it happens, they send it to a dealership or somebody who can fix.
Okay.
Because we take a lot of. It's just like before I came on, we were talking about. We have a system where things happen. They say in Nigeria, that's how it is. You don't sue. You can't do anything. The people we cause damages on other people's finances, and we go free with it.
Yes.
If a gas station sells me fuel that is bad on my car, I have right to go back there. If I lost an engine, they should replace my engine.
Okay. So now, in this particular case, I don't know if you've heard any anything as to what exactly is wrong, or if you've had anybody bring in their cars in this current, like in the past 1 week or so, that we had this bad fuel.
Okay, a friend visited me on today's what now, Tuesday. Visited me on Thursday. And as he was about leaving with his LR3, started his car. The car was just cranking.
Wow.
and he lost his fuel pump just in front of my house.
Yeah.
On Thursday, he lost his fuel pump just in short. He was saying it's not fuel pump. Immediately I started the car, I knew. So what I did was I just did, there's what we call a quick start. It's like a spray.
Yes.
Sprayed it in his car, in the air filter, and I started the car. The car ran for a while, I went up. So I told him his fuel pump was gone.
What is the average cost of an average fuel pump?
The used one that we bought that day was...
used one?
Yeah. The new one in the market is not original, so it was even... It was better.
So, did you want the service not original?
185,000.
185?
Yes.
That must be a high-end vehicle now.
But the truth is, even for these regular cars, there's no fuel pump module that is cheap. We just have a lot of fake parts that we have to pick from. That's why we think they're cheap. The original parts are not cheap.
But why would anybody buy a used fuel pump? I mean, if a fuel pump is good, nobody would have removed it from the vehicle in the first instance.
Okay, now what happens is you have most, like in the US, who buy auction vehicles. There are cars that the mileage can be very low, and the accident impact, there are cars you write off. It's written parts, so you scrap them.
Oh, I see.
So, when you scrap cars like that, you can buy a fuel pump, you can buy some other parts. Yes.
Okay, now, there was a time we had bad fuel, and you could detect it by smell, know, by the first one.
Even if you put it in your hand, if you just dip your hand in it, you see it. If you lift it up, regular fuel goes out. It's like spirit. In no time, it evaporates.
But this one stays.
You still see a bit of like oil as if you're touching diesel.
So if I go petrol station, I go tell attendant, Karimu, me. I go let her and say, I want to can sanitize my hand. Karimu joba mi bu DS or there you go look am. We have a dilemma. Because I hear what my friends in the industry, in your industry, have told me at home and abroad, that even ordinarily we use the lowest grade. I remember when I was growing up. When I was growing up, we had what we call ordinary and we had super. Then sometime in the mid-70s, I think, thereabout, somebody introduced 5-star. That was the highest grade that came in. Now I hear that the current grade that we have, you'll be lucky if it doesn't blow a grinding machine.
Well, for me, I think what they're trying to do, I think they want to force us to tell them to increase the price.
Yeah, I just said so myself.
That's what is happening. They want us to tell them we're tired of this. Please, if you just increase it, let's have the phone.
But I also wonder why our authorities haven't given us an option to say that, okay, this is the ordinary, but if you have a high-end vehicle and you're ready to pay a premium, this is a 5-star variant. Why have we did that in the past? Why have we refused to do that now?
We can only do that. We can only do that when we refine our own products. It's when we refine our own product, we cannot really do that. We now have different. Then it's not left for me if I go to the gas station, based on my kind of car. This is what I want to stick to standard. I want to stick to super.
Yes. Okay. I know also. I don't know if you heard the MOT gentleman who came in. Sorry, the VIS gentleman who came in.
Oh, this is inspection, whatever.
Yes, I know you complained so much about it. Let me give you a few minutes to register your complaint.
Okay, my own complaint was when I put in my document for renewal. Before then I kept getting these text messages. So when they brought the renewal, I got a notice that I need to go for inspection. Now I know regular inspection is not a problem. And my brakes, to make sure my suspension, is just to make sure I drive safe on the road. And the first question I asked, this is a wonderful thing. That means all this done for a lot of them will be out of the road. And the thing was, no, they're not included. It's just we private people. And I said, no, I'm not doing it. If they need to take me to court, let's go to court.
Yeah, but the man has since clarified that they do the downfalls, but they do them on their sites, and that we shouldn't look at the cosmetic side of things.
No.
That's what he said.
It's totally wrong on traffic laws. Traffic laws is the same everywhere in the world. It's everywhere. It's not different. So there's no way somebody without a turning signal, you are telling me you did inspection in your premises and you're allowing the person to drive on the road. That's totally wrong. It's not acceptable. You can't drive. If you drive abroad, you'll be pulled over even if your tag number, which is your plate number, if the lights are not on in the night, they'll pull you over. Your turn signal is not on, they'll pull you over, they'll give you a ticket for that. So why are you telling us that dampers are driving without light? And you're telling us because you inspected them in your premises, they're allowed to drive on the road. No, it's not acceptable.
I agree with you to some point, up to a point, that we haven't placed the proper premium on public transport. Indeed, public transportation should face an extra scrutiny as against private cars. They should have an extra, everything. But the excuse you hear is that, well, because of poverty, most of them might not be able to afford.
The value of life.
Yes.
The value of life should be placed above whatever poverty you're talking about. It's a standard the way we live. You have to place a standard and people will go by that standard. Now, if public transportation is well handled, Uncle Jimmy, a lot of people will not drive. It will ease the issue of traffic in Lagos. If it's properly handled. We all go abroad. We take Uber, we take train, we take buses. But you can't do that here because of the convenience. Because it's not properly done. That's why people will not go in them. So the state government needs to come and if you want to do something, you see the problem we have is people bring these ideas to them. They take the idea without bringing the people who brought the idea that can run it and politically appoint somebody. Those are the people who come out on radios everywhere and they just say what they want to say. But by book, they can't implement the right thing, what we want.
Okay. So as for you now, you don't vex, you don't go get it. But
if they don't do for that, I won't. We'll go to court. I'm serious.
Okay.
There are laws in the land now.
Okay.
Uncle Jimmy, I've read traffic law in America and in Nigeria. There's nothing different about it. We don't just keep to our own laws. On the traffic light now, you see there's a traffic light, there's a sign that says stop.
Yes.
On traffic law, what it means is if this light is not working, when I get there, there's what you call total stop. I'm supposed to stop there. My tires must come to a full stop if I'm the first person that gets to that point. When I stop and it's time to move, the next person coming on the opposite side does the same thing. So what happens is one car at a time.
That's
the meaning of total stop. If the traffic light goes bad, you do total stop in Nigeria, the insult you will get either if they don't even bang your car. But these are basic laws.
Okay, James. I'm going to have to take a short break here. I'd like to thank you for this. Thank you very much. Okay, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, of course, we'll take your calls and your whatever. We, of course, the number 0700 993 993 993. We will also take, of course, the female line before I forget 01465 7190. But we will, all of us, let's remember the rules. Okay, call from a quiet place, and you have just a minute, so gather your thoughts together so you can give other people a chance. We'll take that short break, and then we'll be right back.
Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
It echoed in this room. Look, Aliko and I go back a long way. He's done phenomenally well. About 2 decades done phenomenally well. Jim, Mike Adenuga and co. Let me tell you what they all have in common. They are all very combative personalities. Because of that, no regulator will go to them and try nonsense. Because most of them know how to deal with that regulator. We have to move beyond that, making Nigeria an economy only for the few people who are very combative. Some of us are combative enough, so people know what's in regulation. Now let me continue, because those we are destroying are the 22-year-old entrepreneurs, the 25-year-old entrepreneurs. This economy is rigged against the youth. And it's not going to grow. When Aliko and I were 30, we were allowed to grow. Today, we're killing the youth from growing. So it's not going to grow. That's the point I'm making. And the things we have to correct, you see, any regulator that wants to get applause. Just go after some people, destroy some businesses, and the more you destroy, the more they hail you. It's even proof that you're working. That's the paradigm shift. We have to get out of that complete nonsense. Without that, it will negate any monetary policy and everything else.
Depend on us for the best of talk.
I was a culprit during my university days. The day I finished the initiation process, they were like, now today your trouble starts. And true, that's when your trouble starts.
How do you pull a trigger in a compound? No policeman that I know anywhere in the developed world will take a shot in that kind of place.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk. When it matters most, turn on your choice for the best of sports.
Manchester United 3, AFC Bournemouth 1.
News.
Attention parents! Does your child's academic goals include attending a top American university? Choose American.
was about to take your calls. I got a call from Lanre Onotoye. He runs Tyler Garage in Surulere. And he quickly sent me a signal that I shouldn't buy fuel for now, that the fuel in circulation is bad. Lanre, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, you run this garage. I know, of course, I know of the garage. It's been in existence for about 20-something years, so you should know your onions. What is the problem that you have experienced with your clients?
Well, of recent, we've been having issues of clients driving into the workshop and the car is jacking, accelerating, and by the time you trace it, it's the fuel pump that is off.
Wow.
And it happened to me yesterday.
Oh, you bought fuel yourself and then...
Yes, I bought fuel 2 days ago, and then I started noticing jacking and then starting. In fact, my vehicle can just go off suddenly. Then I diagnosed and found out that my fuel pump was off.
And please,
so I replaced the fuel pump of my car yesterday.
But before I forget, that my car with you, please let them just take it to my house. Leave it. Take it to my house. Now, talking seriously, how do you determine bad fuel in the first instance?
Well,
for people like us, you know, yes.
The smell is horrible. Then the normal fuel will have a feel of like alcohol.
Yes.
You dip your hand in it, it just evaporates easily. But this particular one does like Disu. It stays on your skin.
Wow. So what you're saying is that the fuel that you are buying, because you are in Surulere, that's why I stress where you are, where you are. So what you're saying is that the fuel you buy now is suspect.
That is correct.
Wow. Okay. So what is the average cost of repair of those who have brought their vehicles in? I'm not telling you to give them an invoice, but just an average cost. Is it a 500 naira repair, or what is the average cost of repair?
Well, it depends on what damage has been caused.
Yeah, just the average.
If it's just flushing your injector, you might not need to spend up to 5,000, 6,000 to flush your injector. But whereas your fuel pump has been damaged, then you need to pay a lot of money if you're buying genuine parts, new products.
I spoke to James earlier on, and he said that he even finds the Tokumbo in fuel pumps more reliable than some of the new ones you have.
It's very correct, because if you are buying brand new and you get it into Nigeria from, let's say, US, you are going to be paying a lot of money, 150, 160,000 for a brand new fuel pump. But if you are buying a Tokumbo, you are going to pay less. Okay, if you want to buy new parts in Nigeria, you are going to run into buying China. And they will sell it for you probably at very close to brand new price.
And it will not be as effective.
It will fail after a couple of months.
Okay, now there was a time we had this problem, and one of the suggestions then was that we should use fuel treatment. That when you buy fuel, is that any help at all?
Yes, fuel treatment will help to a point. But whereas the fuel is dirty, or you are buying at the bottom of their tank, when you are buying at the bottom of the petrol station tank, then you will have to sell water, dirt, and other particles along with the fuel into your.
Okay. Let me let you go so that my car can be taken care of, please. Thank you very much, everybody. Sorry, I had to quickly add that in because I have a vehicle there that I wanted filled, but I think I've changed my mind. Okay, now that our lines are open, they're buzzing, so we'll take them one by one. Don't worry, the rest of the program is dedicated to your phone calls and so on and so forth and reactions. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Morning, how are you?
Thank you. I agree with our first guest, the man you speak with about the VIO stuff.
Yes.
I was at the office, the one in VI. I want to renew my roadworthiness.
Yes.
They give me a date, March 1st, to come for inspection.
Yes.
They didn't give me the certificate, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there, I never see damn fools, like the first guest said. Traffic law should be for everybody. I don't know why they should give special preference to all these commercial buses. For me, I think our people in home are that is why they know most of us are gentlemen, right?
Yeah.
So therefore, I want you to worry off. That is why they sideline them.
Okay.
And they should make sure the roads are worthy.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think that anybody who knows our terrain will know what's going on. Apart from the fact that both this present government, the political party, and the NURTW are like Siamese twins. I think that especially in an election year, politicians don't like to ruffle feathers. So the question is, if you don't want to ruffle feathers, why introduce it? That's where I stand. If you don't want to ruffle feathers and you're not ready to go the whole hog, then why start it? But here you are again. I keep saying that a government that is run more on propaganda than real action, this is what you're going to get. The truth is this. The times are hard. It is believed, and I don't agree with that, because for me, transportation is serious business. I see you want to come in. Transportation is serious business, yes.
Because I saw a comment here, and I feel that it should be corrected. Mr. Akin, George Fashola did not say that Danfo drivers were exempt.
No, he did say they were exempted.
Yeah, he didn't say
but he
that.
gave an impression that they were, they understand their plight, and that's why they go to them.
Exactly.
And that's when he talked about looking at the cosmetic, which I don't agree with. Mr. Fashola is well exposed. He knows what. If you see a London transport bus, it must be correct top to bottom. There's no managing this or managing that. And like I said, why introduce you see, you can't eat your cake and have it. The thinking that is sold is that, bus owners are not, they are not too well off. It will cost a fortune for them. And, he mentioned something about the state bringing in more, which in itself is a good idea. Why not wait until you have enough of those new buses before you enforce the policy? Because this is what you get. But again, when the thinking is more about propaganda than action, this is the kind of situation that you find yourselves. Now everybody is being embarrassed. How can you have an MOT policy and see most of the buses you find on the road? It's a contradiction in terms. Well, politicians, I don't know, they are the ones who understand themselves. I for making a public remark last week, I got insulted by one of their people.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. He said maybe that was what my capacity, that was what, I'll look for it and I'll show it to you. Of course, when that happens, then their backs are against the wall. Against the wall. I keep saying that governance is more of veritable and verifiable action than propaganda, stopping to see two children on the street and doing all these things. But again, somebody will tell you that these people probably understand Nigeria more than you and I do. So we leave it at that. Let me take another call.
Yeah.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Morning.
No,
your line is not clear, so we'll take another one. Hello, morning.
Hello, good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning.
It's me, James, again.
Yes.
Okay, a quick one. When he talked about the cosmetics,
yes,
I want to just address two quick issues. That, then the fuel treatment. The issue with fuel treatment is you have a bad fuel. What the treatment does is it separates your fuel and from whether water or whatever substance has been mixed. Now, the danger is that now remains at the lower level of your fuel tank. And it causes a clog on your filter, the filter itself. So that fuel treatment, no way. If you have an issue, drain your tank, clean your tank, and get a new fuel.
Wow.
The next one is back to the Lagos State with these buses.
Yes.
Uncle Jimmy, half of these buses, do you know what they do? They go buy a scrap bus, not knowing the strength of the chassis. In traffic laws, if your chassis, if you have an accident abroad, if it affects your chassis, what they tell you is even written in auction, scrap, body parts. That car must not be seen on the road again. Now, if he's selling us cosmetics, half of these buses, if I take them through that same system, through weight level, most of these buses are less than a ton. They're carrying weight of people that's more than a ton. Most of the time, you see buses flip on third mainland. What do you think is the cost?
Wow.
Because you are putting load on the chassis that can't carry that load. Then the next thing a lot of them do, these people are not serious about this inspection. You go, they increase their springs, the weight springs of the shocks, because they want to carry more load. So they extend it up. So when they have more load, it comes down. Now, what you don't understand with the kind of roads we have, you go on the bad road, and any of those springs snaps, that car will flip. So you wonder most of the time you see trailers flipping, buses flipping on the bridge. It's because of what they've done to them. So if we want to do this thing properly, the first set of people we need to go to are these buses. And from what you said, really they won't do that because they need them for their political reasons.
Yes.
They won't do that because nobody puts a law in Nigeria for the ordinary man. It's just for their pocket and their own benefit. If they really want to do this thing, mostly like Lagos, if you want Lagos to work, you need to face these people. If these buses work, we have more buses on the road. It's going to create employment. A lot of people working in office, there's so much money in transportation. A lot of people will leave their job and they'll go into transportation. Because you now have a standard, so you have more market. Look, every day look at the traffic. So if you have more buses on this road and there are no cars, people are in those buses going to their offices, you have less vehicles on the road. So Lagos they need to sit tight. If they want to do this, let them do it well.
Okay, James.
If they want to do it, let them suspend it for now.
James, can we do this? Can you choose a day we'll settle that later, between Friday and Saturday, so that we can sit down and thoroughly look at public transportation in Lagos, okay?
Okay, sir.
So we'll talk about that. I think you still have a lot more to offer in that regard. Abi Sheriff?
Yes.
I agree. Okay, very good. All right. So that's I told you he's a master of the game.
You see, that's spring extension that he
I
talked about.
never knew about that.
No.
Did you do spring extension to that?
No.
So no. Sheriff's car is like a trailer.
No. But I see that a lot. Downfalls do it a lot, especially those that travel. Those that do interstate,
yes.
The interstate. Oh God, because they need to pack stuff at the and they don't have large boots. It's just that flat thing. So they need to. So they would now pack and pack.
But aren't we killing ourselves in the name of politics? Yeah. The so-called romance between the government and the NURTW, we are the ones who are going to bear the brunt. We will look at it when James does come. We'll look at public transportation, the politics of it, and all other things, even if it takes us 2 days. We'll take a thorough look at it. I look forward to the day when I have a government that is led by somebody who doesn't give a hoot whether you are going to vote him in again, but wants to make an impact. Because we bend over. Even in terms of the environment, things are bad. If you do this, and they will say this, they will say that. This country needs a marshal, it needs a sheriff. Yeah. Not sheriff.
Not me, yeah.
There's a sheriff who would...
The country needs
me. Yes, who would say, who would be a Lee Kuan Yew and would say that, look, for the 4 years I'm going to be governor, let me show you a semblance of what good governance. Not somebody who will be pandering to votes and make cosmetic things. We like all these ideas, but we just can't implement them. We just can't implement them.
James says something that really struck me, and that's the fact that the traffic laws in the U.S. and here, he has seen both, and
they're the same.
I mean, so what's the problem?
Maybe between us and the UK, the difference would be, okay, you drive right, and
I
you
drive left.
And every time I want to cross the road, I have that problem. One time I had to move a car. Jimmy, could you move the car, move a bit forward so that I was on the wrong side of it. So Friday or Saturday, I'm sure we'll work it out with James and all of you be able to contribute. I have some other callers here. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Morning, ma. Who's calling?
Well, my name is Mrs. Aigbegion.
Yes, ma'am.
I just wanted to buttress the points that listeners had been airing their views.
Yes, ma'am.
On this inspection thing.
Yes, ma'am.
In concerns command. I in the garage boarded a bus there with other passengers to go to Bega.
Yes.
Sir, the bus climbed the bridge just a little bit. The thing died. They told me to wait there. It took a while to start it. I tried.
The line is not clear, man. Could you please try and call us back? I can't, it's breaking. Can I have the next caller, please? I'm so sorry, madam. Hello.
Uncle Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Uncle Jimmy, I have a suggestion regarding traffic problem in Lagos.
Yes.
The major problem of traffic are the downfall drivers.
Yes.
If you wake up early in the morning because the last man they are not there to do their work on time, they park on the road to load, thereby building up the traffic before time. So when other buses now wake up to join it, the traffic is already long. If they can solve the problem of traffic, bus stops, let these buses not park on the road and load. If you are coming from Oshodi now, they load on the road. The service lane is empty. So you must slow down at Oshodi. And any governor that wants to do his job must do it the way Fashola did at Oshodi. He cleared everywhere. They were angry at but later we all enjoyed it. Let the person walk. We will vote him. You see, the person doesn't have to. He doesn't have to even tell us to wait for the Godfather to take him again. We will vote the person. We will vote the person second time again.
Yes,
Let
thank
you. The right. They might accuse him wrongly the first time, but when they see the outcome of whatever the person has done, they will vote him again.
Yes, thank you very much. I say this boldly and proudly, and that's it. No, I have no apologies, and that's why the man is my hero. Fashola has the disposition and the capacity that I quite appreciate to run a modern state like Lagos. Look at Sheriff. Look at what happened when Fashola was going to stop street parties.
Yeah.
Even I was annoyed.
The outcry was
but
deafening.
He was hell bent.
Yeah.
His mind was clear. Fashola had this attitude that he could walk away. And look at how he cleared Oshodi.
Yeah.
Have you forgotten?
Everybody did.
Total.
Nobody expected that.
And even his Oga, I remember him being quoted as telling that way, my jail. He used a word I can't use. My jail. You guys, and we all, so that even when we was going to be denied the ticket, we were all able to stand up and say, no, it's not going to happen. I wish somebody in that mold would come again. Lagos could do with a lot more discipline.
Yeah.
Yes, a lot more discipline and determination than we have. Who knows? Maybe if this gentleman has a second term, he might just, because I put my everything I put on the line when this government was coming into place, which is rare for a radio presenter. I put that the combination of the governor and the deputy governor have all that it takes. But circumstances, especially a leg on the knee and all these kind of things, have made things a bit more difficult for us. That's why we have all the Okada mess and so on and so forth. We'll choose between Friday and Saturday to talk about public transportation in Lagos. And from the way I'm looking at it now, the way it's going, we might jolly well just have a 2-day summit on radio on public transportation, because we'd like as many people as possible to contribute. Hello, good morning. Hello? 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 This one, they short. He forgot. He left his phone on. Hello? Hello?
Uncle Jimmy, good morning, sir.
Morning, Oga. How are you?
I'm blessed. This is Dan Baba.
Hey! What a pleasant surprise. Where have you been?
I watch you on Facebook every day.
But you not talk. Anyway, we'll go talk that one later. How are you anyway?
I'm fine, sir.
Nice to hear from you. Yeah, let's go.
Dambaba, are you the one that said you've changed your fuel pump like 3 times?
3 times this year. I have them at home.
Maybe that one na fake fuel pump.
Not fake, because I buy them like 5,000 to 6,000.
That one not be fuel pump.
And the last time I bought, they used one 8,000. That one is working.
You know that. Sorry, you know that some they actually fix this fuel pump and resell. They fill the bad ones. They fix the bad ones and resell. Those ones are the ones that don't last at all.
But you know, Nigerian mechanic. I'm sorry, some of them are very corrupt. It contributes to what we are saying.
What I advise people now is, I'm sorry to I'm just giving a suggestion. Try and go to a reputable garage, a proper, well-structured garage that you can hold responsible.
Me, I'm at the police station right now as I speak to you with a proper garage. They took 39,000 naira from me to fix my vehicle, and they ended up damaging my engine. Now, when I got the engine could not start again. When I got to the police station, like your Mr. James said, the police are the one frustrating the effort of me going to court.
Dan Baba, I got to go. I'm so sorry. It's 9:54. I go off at 9:55. Dan Baba will continue on Tuesday or Thursday, and Saturday. Okay, I got to sign off. The takers are here. I'll talk to you tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Okay, see ya.
I've not heard about LSHS Ilera Eko.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria